Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FSB Racing Live, Friday night Winston Cup Series. I'm your host, Sean Reap, and it's a brand new season, season 46. Last we left you, Matt Watkins was your runaway season champion, but it's a whole new ballgame now as we start out the season at Riverside, just like the Cup Series used to do when it was still called the Grand National Series. Back in the 70s and 60s there we go. Somehow my camera shifted. I didn't push anything. That's kind of strange. Anyway, this is the great WKC Wild Customs and Cars version. John Norton's done up. It's a beautiful track. Very much easier to drive than the Project Wildfire one. And it should be a good run here tonight. Get the starting grid up. Oh, all my labels changed. There we go. Oh my gosh. See, it's a new season. Time to make old mistakes. Roscoe Hurst on the pole with a 120.656, and Jason Dulfer, your Tuesday night winner. On the outside front row there, Mark DeRocket, Descenza, Jeff Hale, and Ryan Johnson, your series admin, rounding out your top five. No Milty once again, just like last time you saw us here at Homestead for the finale of season 45. Milty has some family obligations, but we will hopefully have him back next week. I'm sure he wishes he could see this one. Riverside being a California track, probably great memories of his dad running here in the Can-Am series and other cars. And let's get a quick other program note here. Just like last season, we have to start off on a little bit of a sad note here, as we lost another sim racing friend in between seasons here. John Pops Snow of Carolina Classic Racing, and made an occasional start here on Friday nights here with us at FSB. Good friend to all of us here. A lot of us run both leagues, as they have a start time before us, but John Snow passed away a couple weekends ago. I guess this past weekend, actually. Time's moving weird for me. But he was a great guy. Made everyone feel like you'd known him for years, from the first time you meet him. It's a big loss to CCR and to the whole NASCAR 2003 community, so it was good to know you, Pops, and our condolences obviously go out to the family and all friends, as everyone who knew Pops was a friend. So, on a more cheerful note, we'll take a lap ride around here with Nick Walters here in practice as these cars make their final happy hour runs here. So the final corner here, the only banked, or at least heavily banked corner of this track. A right-hander with a wall that sneaks up on you there he narrowly misses it. This downhill left-hander. I think Janet Guthrie had a big wreck through there. Nick gets off into the S's. Right back where we picked him up before, here at the end of the S's, turn 6. That tough right-hander that claimed Joe Weatherly the season following his championship. Got Rick Castle out there getting some practice in.
I'm trying to get my stuff together here, folks. What's up? Welcome to Riverside.
Oh, sorry, folks. Sound shut off on us there. Thankfully, Sam Young texted, and we're back in business here. Just in time for the green flag. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what. That shouldn't have toggled the sound off, but oh well. You see Roscoe Hurst jumps out to an early lead here. Through the S's, everybody's sorting it out. Everybody trying to get single file. A little lock up of the brakes there for Mark DeSenza, and he's in the dirt. Hangs on to it. This is the most stressful part of the lap. Turn 1. They're not turning. Turn 6, lap 1. Everybody piling in there. But they negotiate through it. No major incidents except for a little prematurely used up rubber there for DeRocket. Jason Dolfer looking to get to the lead off the final corner there. Couldn't quite seal the deal. Oh, Roscoe swings wide. But not enough room there for Jammin' Jay to capitalize. You can dip a couple wheels off into the dirt here. Just kicks up some dust.
Well, that's
Doesn't
the
upset you
Richard
too
Petty
much.
line right there. Here we go. Okay. Welcome to Riverside. And, Mark DeSouza using the Richard Petty line sideways.
Roscoe Hurst hard into the wall there. And that's going to give the lead to Jammin' Jay.
Well, I watched my dad race there. That dirt was as hard as pavement. So why not use it? Straighten out the corner. That's what Richard Petty used to say. Oh, big wreck. 29 around 016. Getting around him, but Jeff Hale around. Down that drag racing back straight. That was a drag strip with the little kink. My dad in the 917 was over 200 miles an hour going into turn 9 here back in the day with the twin turbos. These cars probably doing about 190 there. Take a look at the telemetry. Great battle here with Pops and Rick Castle. Turn 1 there. Oh, and Pops eats it into the wall. And that's turn 1. The elevation changes. You don't know unless you've been there, but you can kind of see it. How much it drops off going down into the canyon. Literally a riverbed that was. DJ all over the back of the 124. This track is murder. I rode around this track in a 906 Porsche with my dad when I was about 11 years old. I couldn't see over the dash. And it was, a brutal beating.
Here's
kid here.
Here's what happened to Jeff Hale. And we got a little help there from 124 Rick Castle, I'm afraid. And then, see, Adam Smonik was trying to get around the outside. Just got shoved offline a little bit. Adam should be okay. Probably not any damage to Jeff there, but it cost him several positions.
Marcuson, Walters, and Hatch. Hatch back in the mix here. Good to see Hatch back doing some iRacing and also
Hatchback.
NASCAR 2. Hatch back. You can roll, real racer, sprint car driver. He's had some issues with, authority. So, we'll see how that goes. But right now, he's hanging in there and he's back in black here. Don't want to, piss off the bosses. Care who you are, but, great job. Good to see him back.
Oh, and he's a little offline there. Gets a hold of it again.
Johnson sideways in that Buick. Going through turn 7 there. Now you go down that long straightaway. You got the kink there, but you're going to be flat out. Turn 9 is the greatest corner. And, they made a shopping mall out of this and some ghetto apartments. It's just unbelievable, What a great racetrack, just wasted. And, I've heard you, Sean, talk about tracks you've seen and been around growing up. And, I grew up right here at this track in Willow Springs. Thank God Willow Springs is still there, Just confounded is why this track is not still here. Roscoe Hurst, well, what I've seen from him is, picking up from last year, running solid and who can road race. But Jason Dolfer, look, man, where's the Dolfer fans at here? Crushing it tonight. 121.090 fast lap. best lap. He's crushing it, and those are, legendary numbers. Right around, as fast as I've seen with, these cars, these setups. Kevin Lewis, Damian Gostilla, myself, Jim Ray. He's seriously getting it on here. Turn one there. We got to get some in-car around this track somewhere, somebody.
I was just on board. Mark descends there. Let's go take a ride with Jam and Jay.
Hey, when you go through these S's right here, you got to breeze it here and get up to the top of the hill here. My dad in the 917, see to the right there, they would take the long course, go through the that inner loop section. You go straight to, you'll call this turn 7, even though it might not be mathematically correct. That's a hard takeoff there, and you want to get a good run coming down this drag strip right here. Flat out into turn 9, you can take very, you've driven this GTP, different things. I like the outside in like he's using right here. Roll through the center.
Sorry, I just got a text from Sam. He said to let you know that the gag order on iRacing has been lifted and Milt is now free to promote.
Well, obviously, but right now we got to talk about these guys. But
Hell yeah.
all these guys are also doing iRacing, and there was, I still talked about it anyway. So that's just me, So going through these S's again, you see that this is still a great sim here, and you got to back it down right here. Coming up the hill here, I mean, like John said, the JD McDuffie ate it there.
No, Joe Weatherly.
No, McDuffie.
You're off by 25 years, yeah.
Fortunately, my dad never had any big wrecks here, but
well, there's that big Willie T. Ribbs and Janet Guthrie one on the front.
Yeah, and there was also the GP race, Lynn St. James wrecking in turn
That's who it
1
was, Lynn St.
as well.
James.
There was, luckily those cars, so Jason goes a little wide right here, but when you go wide in turn 9, and he kind of has to sticker pecker it a little bit there. Turn 1's so important to the whole lap right there. Everything sets up this whole race in turn 1. You blow that, you blow all through these S's. You don't have the momentum. You never get it back until you get all the way to the back straightaway, baby. So important to have that momentum there. Well, this race, typically, this should be like, is going to be a 1 or 2 stopper here.
We did 1 stop on Tuesday night. I think this should be just long enough to need 2 stops.
Yeah, 21 laps is a long time. I don't think you can do that.
Now the question becomes, can they potentially get away with just 2 tires on that last stop?
I think you can. It's a lot easier if you've been easier on your tires and you're, towards the front.
Yep. I did that in a Piston Cup race here. I took left sides on my final stop, and it gained a spot back that I'd squandered with a bad opening to the race.
It sends a creeping up on Roscoe Hurst here.
Yeah, that's your
This
best
is
battle
a
on the track
great
right
road
now.
racer. He won't tell you
Oh,
that. And oh, he almost loses it.
yeah, Roscoe fishtails it off the corner anyway.
Well, and he spooked him. You're going through there so fast in a rhythm. Get a rhythm if you get the blues, and if you lose that rhythm right there, you're gonna end up in the wall. The great drivers I've seen at Riverside is just unbelievable. I saw the 91730 Mark Donahue lift the front tire, the right front off the ground. But that was, a different layout. This is the NASCAR layout. So they went through the inner loop and making that switch back and forth. As a kid, I would run from the Riverside, I would call it, like where Roscoe's at right now. The elevation, you could run from one side to the other and still see him come through that section right there. It's all about execution at the track. I've got a lot of seconds, got some wins, and watched a lot of great racing throughout my life here. And it's all about nailing it.
And there, Ryan Johnson yields to James Hatch there.
Back in the day, they had, these days they got turtles, right? So you run over a turtle, you screw your car up, or you crash.
Well, the ride height was so much higher back then because there was actual suspension
they
travel.
had tires, they had tires sticking out of the ground,
Uh-huh.
So, if you went too in, in the corner, you were hitting those tires. This is a great battle as DeCisa's come back on Roscoe P. Coltrane here. Whoa, Roscoe sideways through there. You want to challenge turn one all the time and get that great run into turn two and then hard on the brakes and roll. DeCisa again smoking the tires going in to turn 5 there, I think it is, top of the hill.
Yeah, that's going to impact his race strategy if he's killing those tires on the first run.
But yet he crawls all over the back of the 35. This is the race right here for P2 here.
If you want to split this into two, three even runs, probably looking at lap 14 if someone wants to pit, and then pit again at lap 28 and ride it to the finish.
Yeah, you don't mess around with that either unless there's like something unforeseen. But this spread, or even if you're battling with somebody, and the pit road is very tricky too.
Yep,
the
it's
great
55.
thing about this sim and this, we're talking about iRacing, and that's the future, and that's what we're gonna do. They don't have Riverside right now, so we got Riverside right now, and you can see the cracks in the road. Not so much with this version; it's the updated version. So, but this track was like scaled with weather and years of racing. The greats ran here. Dan Gurney won here.
Yeah, Richard Petty.
Richard Petty.
He was really good at Riverside.
Car drivers.
Bill Elliott's first win.
When you showed up for a Riverside weekend, you got to see stock cars. You got to see SCCA. And all the divisions. I mean, the whole weekend was plastered with racing.
They raced motorcycles here? They probably did.
And stock cars, I remember seeing the the AFC Matadors, the Penske Matadors around this track. At the same weekend, my dad was running the Can-Am race, you know?
It was something happened to James Hatch. He fell back from 4th place.
Yeah, behind 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, split up here. Hatch all the way back to 6th.
And I found it. Here we go, just last lap. As he mentioned, trying to get aggressive in the turn 2. He slides it out, and there he barely saves it, and he does go around up the hill and keeps it out of the wall. Good job saving the car from damage, but very costly position-wise.
So now he's trying to track the 29 down here. Both of them have had issues. And, you know, you got to grab it with 2 hands right now and say, well, you know, that was that. So now we got to battle. Things not over.
All right, we got some of the D-Rocket fan club checking in. David Silva.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, your man's running 3rd right now, matching his number, and he has been Roscoe Hurst's shadow for many laps now, pretty much from the start.
Your leader, Jason Dulfer crushing it. Just 21s. Still 21-7. Coming up on great road racing veteran, Fresno's Brad Otto. About the lap dude here. Looking on the scanner, nothing yet.
Yeah, if someone's going to do the 2-stop even split, this is the lap to do it on.
You can see with the lap times of the leader, 7/10, and we have a car down low, and that's Brad Otto down pit road. The vaunted pit road. I got pictures, dude. My dad's standing there, washing Pollock, and 3 Porsches lined up, ready to run 3 different classes at this track, and sometimes they won all 3 races. You know? Just a side note there, tomorrow, my dad's getting elected into the Sanger, California Sports High School Sports Hall of Fame, which, as far as I know, they didn't have racing at Sanger High.
Really?
I am a graduate in 1981, and my dad 1953, and somehow they figured out, we better put this guy in the Hall of Fame next to the great Tom Flores, coach of the Raiders, one of his buddies. They went to school together, so it's very exciting. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow.
Very cool. And yeah, I wanted to go to a high school that had a racing team. That would have been awesome,
Yeah, as far as I know, the only thing he did was maybe burn rubber in the parking lot, or maybe tear up the football field.
We got 2 down pit road. Roscoe Hurst in the 35, and 3 of Mark Rocket DeSenza.
Yeah, so they're breaking it up here, and you got to figure the leader is going to do the same pretty quick. But when you lead this race, which I've had, and especially with the lap times you're running, you got money in the bank.
He's got a 7-second lead before they hit pit road. I don't think he's going to alter his strategy one bit.
Oh, well, difficulty for the 19, James Hatch getting down pit road, but he makes it happen. It wasn't easy. curving pit road here back in the
Curving
day.
downhill.
I mean, that stuff was like, watch Ford versus Ferrari, and he misses his stall. It's kind of coming apart here for the 19 a little bit. Back in the day, if you watch Ford versus Ferrari, Willow Springs, that's how it was. I mean, there was like no safety.
All right, now we got Jam and
those
Jay down
walls
pit
are
road.
only about 3 feet high.
I think that might hand the lead to
Great
Ryan
battle
Johnson if he
here
doesn't
with
pit.
DeSiza and Roscoe Hurst. DeSiza all over him like a wet blanket. Mark has got so much experience, but second year here for Hurst, and we see a great move right there through turn 9 of him letting him by, but didn't see how he gets the exit. That's the great thing about turn 9 is you get multiple arcs there, but he was ready to give that up. Which, what have we seen from Roscoe Hurst since he's been here? Year 2 is smart racing. I mean, this dude can race. This is a badass, at this track, he's got lots of laps.
And it's definitely all's right in the world to see that Wrangler Monte Carlo on Riverside once again.
Absolutely. I do remember seeing Dale Earnhardt here too. My dad, that's another long story, but basically the IROC, he didn't make it because he missed the championship in IMSA by 4 points, but he, Goodyear offered him a job, and that was to test all the identical Porsches to run the IROC, and he drove them quite angrily, and Goodyear was worried about the tires after that because my dad kept blowing tires, but they hired him, and he was, how racing is, 4 points away from hundreds of thousands of dollars. But they did, it was mighty nice of them to hire him. What is he going to do, So when you're Roscoe right here, right now, you've had a couple pucker moments here, and you got to get it back together and try to start to work here. Racing the great Jim Ray, Kevin Lewis, Damon Godstilla here. It's really hard to get a draft down this straightaway. It just doesn't really pick you up. You would think it would, but with the sim and the cars, it just really doesn't. You have to get it here in turn 9 and set yourself up for turn 1. And Mark goes wide there. The thing is, when you go wide, then you get a great exit there. So that's the great thing about turn 9. Like I was saying, you can't give up on it because you missed your apex a little bit. You got to adjust and work the corner because it has grip there up high.
And Roscoe is working it in that 35.
Some Roscoe in car here. So slow through here. Turn 7. Want to get that run coming out. It's so hard to beat somebody there unless they make a mistake, and Mark nailed it. A couple ways of going into turn 9 here is going through turn 8 to kink. Go outside in, or you could brake on the inside and then roll to the outside. It's more like when Roscoe's working versus Mark working that outside line. But he caught the apron. He had to back off, and that thing, he lost a little time there. But through turn one, you want to get right out, but you don't want to catch that grass. Brake and roll. Pick up the throttle right here. Then you try to go flat out through here. They kind of lift a little bit, and downshift and straight line braking right there. And Mark definitely didn't nail that. And here comes Roscoe. This ain't easy, folks, and they're working on the edge here, so can't get discouraged. You gotta keep working the track because it'll jump up and bite you. Now what do you want to do here in turn 9 again? You're not really close enough. Your line seemed to work. You got good air in the nose. Using up that hard California dirt right there, and Mark way up the side. I like Roscoe's work better here because that outside line, you have to nail it perfect.
Yeah, there's not a lot of margin of error. Not a lot of margin of error of the line that Mark's taking out there. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, he missed his apex point, so he definitely lost some time there. He didn't get that momentum coming out as he uses up the track there again. That's what you're going to see is smoke. That's California clay right there. Hard. I don't know if it's clay. It's actually desert dirt.
Yeah, just hard-packed dirt. Oh boy. We started off with the announcement about, of course, our friend Jon Snow from CCR. I just got a note from Sam Young, our owner and promoter / boss here at FSP, with further notice that one of our iRacing members, John Bates, his father passed away today. It's a good friend of our own Tom Jackson, Action Jackson, who's been spearheading one of the guys spearheading our iRacing efforts. But yeah, Tom Bates, don't have the name. Oh, John Bates his father is Tom Bates. Sorry, I got crossed up.
Yeah, he's JT Bates.
He is, yeah. So, yes, his father, Tom, passed away today, so condolences to the Bates family, and, yeah. It's been, one of those weeks, unfortunately, for friends and family here at FSB.
Well, I get to relive that again with this Hall of Fame stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time, so, over time, life is what it is, and we live and we die, but, right now at the moment, condolences and so hard. Been through it.
Yeah, that's the bittersweet part about those memorials and accolades that come posthumously.
What is the song we live for today? Kind of live because we want to be around tomorrow, but then again, you got to live for today. Yeah. Here we go. The same battle going on here. So hard to work the 3-car because he's got a look as he's right against the wall there.
Whoa!
Everything into the pit road exit, which is legal.
Yeah, that's fine. He's using up anything gray out there that he can.
Turn 1, and dude, we ran the GTP cars here. I mean, going through there is so freaking fast. Whoa, Mark gets sideways again.
I can only imagine a GTP car around here must be terrifying.
Well, and I I've seen them, and I watched my dad run a 917 here, all different Porsches. The last time I was here was '86, shortly before they closed the track, running the Momo Moretti Penthouse sponsored Porsche 935, and yeah, they blew a couple of turbos and didn't go well in the 6-hour race, but
Well, a lot of the reasons, a big reason this track closed is because even by 1988 standards, the final year it operated, the safety wasn't there. It was not modern, even for that time.
No, it wasn't.
By today's standards, it's a downright death trap.
Oh, well, as a kid, if you watch the cars come out of turn 9, not the first wall, but I'd be standing at the second wall right there, just like it is right there, with no barriers or except for 3-foot concrete wall, and you could stand right there and watch. I loved it because when cars come out of turn 9 and they come towards turn 1, they're pointed right at you like they're going to hit you, and because they're hitting their apex point. Quite an incredible view. Like Rick Johnson, talking about watching, Dover with his dad, and I've seen pictures throughout the years of him and his brother, Richard Dent. Dent Puller, used to run here, and every year they kind of pushed him a little bit farther away from the fence. He has pictures, the early '70s, being right there at the track. But safety is important, and as a big fan of racing and as a fan of my dad, that was the worst thing you could think about, was something happening bad, and thank God, racing is trying to be as safe as they can. Just a great battle between these two.
And now they should do something about the safety in the sprint cars. My goodness. Had another driver hurt. Sprint car racing. It happened to Tony Stewart a couple times. And now Alex Bowman. Bowman the showman.
A little car with no protection with way too much horsepower. So I mean...
Well, Bowman went flipping end over end, and there's just nothing in those cars to absorb those impacts.
No, there isn't. Mike, I'm going to be talking tomorrow about my dad and who was his hero that got him started in racing, was listening on the radio about Bill Vukovich. And, 30, 40 years later, as a kid, me and his grandson, Billy Vukovich, used to try to match times at the Malibu Grand Prix. And those little cars you could drive, back in the day. Of course, I was never that fast. And then, he got killed at Mesa Marin Speedway. It was so bright. And whatever he wanted to do, he was so talented. That was Billy Vukovich III, That's, my dad was probably listening to the radio when Bill Vukovich first, going for his third straight Indy 500 win, and killed, Death, it's a blood sport. Still is. Less bloodier, but you got to know that when you get in those cars, Sucks for us fans, and it is going real fast. Take it for granted a lot.
Well, we got probably another couple laps here before the final stops, if they stick to the pattern they laid out.
Well, Jason Dolfer is just, I mean, we're, wow. I mean, he's just destroying these guys tonight. And
He's just putting on a
on
clinic out
rails,
there.
just running 21s, 21s, 21 fours, 21 fives. You know, we've seen how he has run, you know, consistently, Cam and Jay, and always great attitude no matter what has happened, what happens. Now all of a sudden you're seeing him as the dominant car. Honestly, we've been broadcasting a while. We haven't seen that.
Yeah, he's got this course figured out. You know, I always say there's horses for courses, and I'd say this one's quickly becoming the Jam and J horse's course. Look at those skid marks going out into the dirt there. That's kind of funny.
Yet these guys
they're laid out there.
Still in the picture. They can see him, and that's the frustrating part of Riverside. Unless dude makes a mistake, you know.
Yeah, I've just never seen the game put the skid mark texture down on top of a surface that's marked as dirt. That's pretty. That must actually be labeled as an asphalt or concrete that far out, which probably explains why we don't lose it when we put wheels off in there.
Well, that's the way it was. I mean, you watch cars do that, you know.
Oh, Tim Richmond, my God!
They didn't.
Look up.
You know, you're not seeing like the tires on, like I saw back in the day, and they didn't have those throughout the S's. But once you got into like a turn 5 or 6, turn 7, I mean, you couldn't cut those corners. And we got a great battle here for P5 with Ryan Johnson and Nick Walters. Nick is coming. Nick and
big
Ryan has been car off.
Hey, Ryan swung wide there.
Gonna try to make that move down the straightaway. We see both these guys, you know, testing their waters in iRacing. More Nick than Ryan, but in fact, me and Ryan traded a little paint a while back there. No harm, no foul, no blood. See the different apex. I think,
he catches the wall.
Nick Walters gets the wall right there. Back in the day, there was not a wall even there. When I was a kid and watching my dad, there was no wall. There was dirt, and if you went off, hit a big divot and upset the car.
I should say.
There was no wall there back in the day, you know. At least back in the SCCA days, back in the late 60s, 70s, when I watched my dad run there. Later, yeah, you know, but
probably as the cars got faster, and more maybe as they put the stands there. But yeah, it'd be pretty dangerous to go flying off there.
There used to be a sign right there. It was Barnall. You know, I guess that was oil, you know, or Bardall oil sign right there. Nick's got to get it back together here, and that's how quickly it happens at Riverside.
But Jason Dolfer is probably dialed it back a bit. He's given up a couple seconds of that lead.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I've won this race, and I've lost it a lot, and everybody I lost it to did the same thing. No sense, and plus you save fuel, make sure you get to what you want to get to.
They're in the window. Anybody who pits now can make it to the end.
Yeah.
Got 8 cars still
Oh,
running.
Johnson gets White, locks him up in turn 6 there, or 5.
Yeah,
And
Walters
Nick
gets around.
Walters gets the spot.
I was starting to say we have 4 retirements. James Hatch is retired 7
That
laps
is
ago
the
there.
sticker pecker
Jeff
place.
Hale has retired. DJ Sorrentino and Rick Castle in the 124. Leaving us 8 cars still running. 5 on the lead lap.
This is, men are men and sheep are afraid. Welcome to Riverside, folks. Makes me want to grab a steering wheel and get out there. A little too late, right? Yeah. Side by side through turn 9. Ryan trying to make the move there. They go side by side. Now, when you go into turn 1 here, when you're side by side, it's not going to work. So they smartly, Ryan gets a good run here. It's very hard to pass here. So you got to set him up for the top of the hill here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, is that left side damage going to hurt Nick in the right-hand corners? Yeah, I think particularly the final corner, that turn 9.
I think what hurts you more is making a mistake. You got to execute here and just be flawless. Get a good run out of turn 7 here. But Ryan is all over him like a wet blanket.
Mark Senza has made his final stop.
You can't be a hero. What you got to do is put pressure and make your opponent make a mistake. See the outside in there, that was good for the 59, but
down pit road.
And the 59 pits, that was a really good stop right there. Going in to pit road at that speed.
Yeah, it was an aggressive pit entry. It might pick him up a second or two here.
That is very scary. Generally, I like to be on the bottom there and do that. But he nailed it. That's going to put pressure on the 14 here. Try to, execute.
Jam and Jay down pit road now from the lead with 10 to go.
Over down to a stall. Beautiful execution there. No hurry, no rush. We got, we've been to the store. We got the milk in the bags. Let's go.
What is this, Canada? You're thinking of Mosport with milk in the bags.
He crosses the line coming out of the pit road there. I guess that's okay. Once you cross our finish line there.
Yeah, this doesn't have the modern, commitment and exit cones.
Put the work in. Now it's time to bring it home. Just a wonderful, legendary, thus far, run from the 63. Worthy of, some of the greats I've seen here.
Oh, I missed a wrinkle here. I thought Roscoe Hurst was had pitted after Mark DeCenza. Piercy actually pitted before him, and he had a much better stop.
Yeah,
and has made 10 seconds up on him.
Yeah, his stop was... Oh, and he uses all of turn 9 up there. That's the great thing about Turn 9 is it asks you to do more, and then you're like, oh no, did too much.
Whoa, he's up on 2 wheels through the S's. He is digging 9 seconds back of Jam and Jay. I don't think there's that much ground to make up there, Roscoe. Let's not throw away second place.
Well, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, you get a little out of rhythm.
Get
Yeah,
out
you
of
get,
rhythm, absolutely, and it's like, and then you got to gather it up for, the top of the hill there. Get your pecker to not sticker.
we got Jim Ray checking in the chat. Good to see you, Jim. Christy Jerk cheering on Jam and Jay.
Well, so, okay, so Sam said, the door's open. Thank him for that. I've been kind of pushing, for a while here, but so we started talking about iRacing, and it's gonna happen, and this is still gonna happen too. It's great sim. We're asking guys to get on board, and we're backing up with our Donkey Bob team. So, it's progressing just as it should be. Baby steps. There will be a product out there. It's going to be very soon. They'll be recruiting, and right now it's kind of a, got to figure it out. We've done like 24-hour races and stuff. We haven't hosted anything. We go and race out, and other people do the work. So, FSB is going to have to do that work and do it the FSB way. Sportsmanship-based racing. There's a lot of unsportsmanship-like stuff that happens out there in
No
iRacing.
doubt. By the way, before the pit cycle, or when the pit cycle started, rather, we talked about Ryan Johnson potentially gaining on Nick Walters with that aggressive entry, and that's exactly what he did. He now has about a 2.5 second lead over Nick after the pits cycled through, so that move worked to perfection.
Yeah, DeSiza has a very rough turn 9 there, which is, it happens to you. This is a long race, and then you're chasing and you're trying to push, and then stuff happens. I've been there, done that.
I got a battle of lap down cars here. The 016 of Adam Simonik and the 99 of Pops Margison. Almost swapping some paint down the long straightaway here. As Francis Dittman, we got the Bandit checking in.
What's
Good
up,
to see you,
Bandit?
Francis. Of course.
500 winner.
James Hatch says, "Go 19. Oh wait, I'm out."
Well,
looks like Adam yields to Pops
thing
there
is,
in the last corner.
The bottom line is, guys that race in this league are ship-based league, and they got skills and they can compete. And great thing about FSB getting into iRacing, going to be the same thing. It's going to be baby steps. It's going to be as cheap as you can make it. Which, for $30 a year. Plus the iRacing stuff you got to buy. You got to buy, the subscription. Get to run the base cars. You don't have to pay plus that, except, then it'll be, a track at a time. It'll be a car at a time. Just like we at Donkey Bob have kind of done, and all of us are very excited to see a lot of our guys running, here, and they will continue to run and try to start to stack the fields, and then when the league is ready to recruit, they'll recruit one guy at a time, because they got to be cool and they got to be sportsmanship based, and people are looking for that, want that. Out in the real world, out there in iRacing, it can be brutal. I've been called everything you could possibly imagine, and fortunately, I don't listen to them. So, but here's just, grown men talking and hanging out and racing the best they can and following a plan. Keeping it going after 20 plus years here. It's not going away. Still got this great sim here too. And
got a traffic jam here as Adam Simonic's gotten back around Pops Marguson, and Jason Dulfer's caught them both, trying to put them both 2 laps down now.
one thing I would say to some of the guys that are, thinking, I don't know if I can do it. Look, the driving is the same. It's FSB. You can do it. I mean, the physics of driving the cars are better than what you got right now, honestly.
Ooh, hard shot to the wall there.
East turn 9 wall there. That's definitely a guy I'd love to see run with us in iRacing. That is the man, the myth, the legend. Whoa, Jason Dover trying to get by.
That was perfectly executed.
Oh,
no!
And Adam wrecks the leader there and wrecks him hard. Oh, and there's contact with the 35. And
right into the path.
Is going to take the lead here.
Oh, no.
This is huge. That is the last thing Adam wanted to do, but welcome to Riverside.
As we come up on,
and, you lost it, and
as we come up on 3 to go here, oh no!
What's going to happen now? Been Jason Dover's raced the whole race. Got to grab yourself with 2 hands right here. You got to go, okay, I'm the best car out here. I can't undo what happened here. I'm going to go and take this race. Look, Roscoe, he was satisfied with P2, but you're a racer. You're not allowed to give anything away just because bad luck happened to your competitor. That stuff just doesn't happen. Oh, and he hits the wall, and he scrapes the wall, and, he's struggling with 2 to go here. It's showtime in Los Angeles or Riverside or simulated Riverside. Look, let's see what Jason has here mentally. He was well prepared for this race. You can't prepare for stuff like that to happen. Can he dig out a win here? And he definitely is putting the pressure on. He is the best car all night. Let's get some here. Come on, Jason.
2 to go this time by.
Plenty of time. The thing is, when you're following, you can't outdrive yourself. You got to put the pressure on and work it. Look that outside in there. He's way better than 35. You got to know.
Oh, big time. He's in the. Oh, he's in the dirt.
No, Shiza.
Unfortunately, Jay had to
Keep
let
it calm
off it there.
Yeah, but you know, you're licking your chops, dude. Jay's been the leader all night. It's a different thing when you gotta fall, dude. You know, you can't see as much, but he's got great race pressure awareness here. So think about this track. Well, where are your points? Turn 9, setting up out of turn 7. He didn't get that run. You got another lapper here, so now you got to see how that works. So what I would do is try to see how this works out coming up and look at turn 2. Can I get a run, or can I put pressure on him? You don't want to overdrive.
Lap traffic's going to be a factor.
You don't want to overdrive turn 9. He gets a great run. They split the 99 car, or they don't. He can't. Pops does a great job.
Oh, he's offline. He's going to get to the inside.
Here comes the 63 on the inside. You can't make that move, son. But he does a great job backing it off. When you do that, you got to ride. Whenever you go through turn 2, you're always riding the brake and the gas anyway. Whoa! Oh no! Oh! They have contact, and Dover gets the lead, and he loses it.
He didn't want to take it that way.
No, he just messed up right there. He just overdrove it in the turn 7 or 6 there. It's not over yet.
And Roscoe gets loose to the
wire here. Turn 9, what do you do? What has the 35 done every time he works the inside line? He's going to defend low. So you want the outside in, and you want to try to dump him outside in and try to get him on the inside. Let's see what happens here. Roscoe drives it in.
Oh, he sticks it to the wall.
It's side by side. They're coming down. There's contact.
Nope, no contact. He gets the wall. Oh, they're crashing across the line.
Who's going to get across the line? Who's going to get across the line? It's
Dolfer.
Dolfer. Oh, my God. Wow. Man, if you guys didn't want to watch this race because there wasn't enough cars or whatever, wasn't a circle jerk or whatever, you just got a show right there. Oh my God. Burn them up.
Did that just happen? Oh, careful, Jay. Don't get disqualified.
It's not over yet, Jay.
It's not over till the lights turn off. Don't go backwards. Don't go backwards.
You won't get disqualified if the game hasn't seen all the cars cross the start-finish line.
Yeah, until it's official.
I've done it before.
I got kind of screwed by, by a similar situation at Bristol once, too.
I've seen a couple teammates do it.
I know he's excited.
These guys are still got to be mindful of that. I hope NASCAR doesn't nail him here. We're going to have to see. Were you not entertained? Were you not entertained?
It looks like the standings have held. Oh, let me get a replay of that last corner here.
You don't like road racing? Then, kiss my butt.
All right, that's...
What a show!
So there was, last corner there, after all the events that happened before that, Roscoe goes high, catches the wall, Jason tries to find him down low, they both go to the apron, Roscoe to the wall again, back down across Jay's nose.
You gotta hang your hat to the 63 for keeping his composure and not staying out of the fight, feeling sorry for himself. And then, I got hosed. He kept his focus and his battle hardness and put the pressure on the 35 and made him make a mistake there, and they both crashed at the start-finish line, and he crawls by the start-finish line.
Yeah, okay, so Radar Love there pointing out 2 cautions. Well, that I don't think that would count as 2 for Jay, because he got hit to start the first caution, the first wreck there in the S's.
I need a beer for that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know how Roscoe and in fact Roscoe appears to have left. Oh no, he's here. He's in the server. Yeah, meanwhile, Mark DeSenza finishes 3rd. That's okay. Oh my goodness. And Mark DeSenza was in the wall there when I went to check on him after the checkered flag. Oh, I see what happened. Yeah, so Mark came along. Let's get a better view here. Yes, this is what happened to Mark DeSenza. Crossing the line, finds Jay wrecked, gets spooked by that, slides through turn 1, and then just sticks to the wall. That'll happen sometimes in this sim. Alright, back to the post race there. And we have the Rocket and Mr. Dulfer still waiting on Mr. Roscoe. That was wild, to put it mildly. And we'll start with your 3rd place finisher there. Mr. Mark DeRocket DeSenza, you had the fan club out there. Looks like you had an up and down, at least start to things there. Finish it off solidly with a 3rd place. Great run there, Mark. Tell us about your night, bud.
Yeah, thanks. First, congratulations to Jason. He was stellar. He was fast. And but Roscoe, he was too. Yeah, I had my hands thrown off the track a few times. Screwed up and braking a few times. Screeched my tires up, and just. But other than that, I'll take it for a road.
Well, that's road course racing for you, man.
That was. You never talk about yourself as being a great road course driver, and I disagree because I've raced against you, and you're a hell of a road course racer. Put on
thanks,
a great battle there. But this is Riverside, and the great thing.
Just couldn't run consistent enough.
Got to show how hard it is. Great job, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, out of 5 laps, I probably turned 3 good ones and 2 bad ones, and the 2 bad ones killed me. So
you turned the fastest one of the night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have been draft.
Yeah, there ain't no draft at this track, man.
A little bit down the straightaway.
That's finished. Like I said, I race against you, dude. You ain't.
Yeah,
no slouch, bro.
I just couldn't be consistent enough. A couple of corners are really, I just couldn't get through them good.
Yeah.
The other corners, it was pretty good. So, but Jason and Ross, they were both fast anyway. So it was just going to be, I got a couple problems.
Business there too, because it wasn't like you were just racing the track. You had Roscoe to race against too. So
right.
And that was a constant. That was a great show there.
Yeah, it was fun. It just, they were probably a little better than me anyway. I probably finished where I probably should have. But yeah, I could kind of stay. Jason there, he wasn't pulling away. He had 5-6 seconds on me, but it's like I couldn't turn enough consistent laps to really.
Yeah, I think you dialed it back a notch after stops one time there.
Yeah.
But great run there, Mark. Great start to the season there. If you're going to run the full thing, you gotta love coming out with a 3rd at a road course if it's not your cup of tea.
For sure. Definitely.
Now, Roscoe definitely has probably got this track on his bucket list of favorites because he was fast Tuesday and he's fast tonight. That is one of the craziest last couple laps we have ever seen on any kind of track, road course or otherwise. What did that look like from your seat there, Roscoe, and the whole night in general?
I mean, yeah, we were fast all night. I love this track. It's really technical. It took a little bit to get used to, but like, I really messed up on that the hairpin at the top of the hairpin on that first run. I was going too easy through there and like getting tire spin and stuff. And then I started going too hard through it, and then got even more tire spin, and I just started trying to go too easy.
Exactly. The top of the hill is one of the toughest corners.
Yeah, because it throws the weight of the car all around.
Racing, yeah.
Yeah, and it was rough, and you couldn't run it consistent. Like, me and Mark were running really good together, and it's like I noticed me and him would have the same problem. Like, I'd gain on him through that turn, and then the next lap I'd lose to him on that turn. It was back and forth.
Well,
like,
you guys were both doing the Richard Petty line and eating up that hard California dirt there. And, good thing it's hard because you had grip, but you guys were smoking each other out there. That was great stuff.
Yeah, we were both trying to run down Jason. Like, Jason just left us. Now, I know we were both cooking it, trying to get back up because I think he was within like 5 seconds or so.
Yeah.
So we were trying to gain him. It's like, if I could get close to him, we could make a race out of it, right? So it's like I saw he got spun out. Like, that was unfortunate. But I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, maybe I can get up here and we can make a race of it now. But I really didn't think it was going to be that kind of a race there at the end. But I bet it was exciting to watch, though.
Well, I mean, sometimes Riverside's like that, where you just got a guy that dominates, and it's actually everybody gets split up, and it's kind of boring. There were battles throughout the pack for good finishes, and you guys didn't disappoint. And that last couple of laps was amazing, Like you said,
nobody could say we weren't going for it, right?
Yeah, really.
Well, you raced your race, and you were, like I was saying to the broadcast. Well, I mean, if you can't get up to him, he's his car to beat is the 3 car. So, and then all of a sudden you had a shot. Then it was different, But
yeah, just keeping him close enough, not losing any more.
You overdrove the top of the hill there and turn 6, and then you gave him a shot. And so we have to lead into Jason Dulfer. Look, man, I mean, you were the dominant car all night. This hasn't been like a regular Friday night thing for you. Be like the best car on the track, bar none. Then you got wrecked. Got in a wreck, and you have to come back from that. It was just a bad circumstance, but to keep your head and get it back and still fight and put pressure on Roscoe, and with worn tires and everything, and you made him make a mistake and put the pressure on him, and he overdrove turn 9 there, and that's what gave you the chance. How did that feel after the disappointment of man, I dominated these guys. I mean, I got this thing, it's Miller time, and oh shit, I'm in second place.
Wow, yeah, what a race. It was so exciting. I was kind of threw me for a loop, a little last minute change in my line. As per rules, I had to change it up a little bit, and I qualified back, and the door opened for me. I took the lead, and then I was just on cruise control, kind of checking my F2, seeing where those guys were every once in a while, using every bit of fuel and every bit as long as I could, stay out there as long as I could. And I thought I had it in the bag, and I knew when I was towards the end, I was coming, what was that, 5 laps ago, and coming up on lap traffic. I knew that it was gonna take your time, weed through these guys, and I thought I had it, and Oh man, I didn't expect to get that happen, and I tried to gather it up as fast as I can. As soon as I got it gathered up, and I seen that. Oh man, there's Roscoe. Oh crap, here we're 2 laps to go. Oh man, I was driving angry. It's not exactly the way I wanted to
Well, that's
race.
what I was saying in the broadcast. I'd be pissed right now. But at the
Well, I was
same
impressed that you were able to keep the composure.
like driving into turn 9.
Yeah,
and
I hunkered into the wheel. I put my head forward, and I was focused.
Well,
and I
you
was
did
like,
great.
man.
And you put the pressure on Roscoe, and he made, he hit the turn 9 wall, and then
He did a great job.
And it was on,
And then I locked him up behind him at the top of the hairpin at the top of the hill. I shot across the grass. We got at each other.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't totally mess him up, and we were still racing after that. And it came down to the finish. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. Even after 50 feet from the line, I thought I was still going to lose. It was wow! It had to have been quite the exciting broadcast. I was just one of the most exciting races I've ever been.
Oh, we were losing our minds up here in the booth. So definitely
I
thanks
just want to say good job to Roscoe and Mark. They did a great job all night.
That's great stuff.
Got to give a shout out to my teammates, Synergy Motorsports, and my beautiful girlfriend Christy and her lovely daughter Ava. Yes. And all my fans and coworkers that come in and watch, man, I appreciate all you guys and all you other drivers, man. I love racing against you here at FSB, and you guys are the best. And I appreciate you guys taking the night off to do the broadcast. I love watching it. It's so awesome here at FSB. I'm having a great time. And what a way to start out the season, man. Awesome. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, hard to think of a better start than that, especially if you're going to run the full season. So you come out as, of course, the point leader. The standings were updated very quickly by Ryan Johnson. So Jason gets the 4-point lead there with the win and the most laps led.
You guys start the season out with Riverside. How can I not watch and broadcast the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'll take a third any day.
Yeah, they used to run. They used to run Riverside in January before the 500, right? The season didn't always start in NASCAR at Daytona.
This track is so close to my heart and so many memories. And you guys just gave me another one because that was an unbelievable finish at race.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks everybody for coming out, watching out there in YouTube land. Thanks to our podium finishers here again, Roscoe Hurst. Mark DeSenza, Roscoe Hurst, and the race winner again, Jam and Jay Dulfer. Thanks as always, my booth partner Milt Minter Jr. popping in here, landing a helicopter late from a family function there. You knew he wouldn't get miss Riverside
tomorrow, but got to get ready for it. My dad's being inducted in Sanger High School Sports Hall of Fame. So
nice.
Yeah, that should be a great day tomorrow for the Minter family. So congrats on that.
Absolutely.
And thanks, of course, Ryan Johnson, the double duty driver and admin tonight, getting those points updated super fast as always. And our league owner promoter Sam Young, keeping NASCAR 2003 and this league going for 20 years and expanding towards the future with iRacing as well. Come on, check it out at fsbracing.com if you want to be part of it. But until next week, I don't remember where we are next week. Maybe Ryan does, but wherever that is. Talladega. We go from the road course to the super speedway, getting the big wild cards out of the way right away. That should be fun too. We always have great finishes at Talladega. The channel trailer is still me and Milty screaming our heads off at a 4-wide finish at Talladega. But until next week, I've been your host, John Reap. And for FSB Racing Live, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Hey,